Good morning, everyone, and thank you for coming out to beautiful Reservoir Park as we begin a very special week in the city of Harrisburg. Today, as you know, is Earth Day, and later this week is Arbor Day, two events which highlight the importance the environment has on our city here in the city of Harrisburg. Under my administration, we have made it a priority to make Harrisburg cleaner and greener than ever before. We might be one speck on the giant blue marble we call Earth, but we are doing our part to make sure it is the neatest speck there is. Protecting our environment is so much more than just throwing away trash or preventing harmful materials from getting into the atmosphere. It is making sure everyone and everything around us has a safe space to live as well. I am not just talking about your neighbors down the street or over in the block area. I mean our neighbors in the trees around us, in the grass we walk, and in the parks we play. I am so pleased to have this amazing partnership with the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources. Their being here today is proof of the great work our Parks and Recreation Department and Public Works teams are doing together. Today, you will hear about our homes our Harrisburg's 5th grade students are making for our bird population. You will hear about nature walks our parks teams is planning for kids and families this summer. And you will hear about Lights Out Harrisburg, an initiative we are excited to partner with, which will help our flightful friends find their homes as they come back north this spring. This is on top of the massive cleanup taking place at Italian Lake right now to make the water there healthier for fish and plant life. And the dozen of trees we are going to plant later this week by Wilson Park. There are so many great examples of how Harrisburg is proven to be the leader in environmental initiatives throughout Pennsylvania. And with that, I would like to welcome DCNR Deputy Secretary, Mr. Mike Walsh. I'm sorry, I had to get my stuff.
Thank you. Well, happy Earth Day, everybody. Good to see you, and thank you, Mayor Williams, for hosting us today. It is a pleasure to be with each of you in this beautiful setting overlooking the mighty Susquehanna River, the city of Harrisburg, First Mountain. This is just a gorgeous spot, and I want to begin by expressing our appreciation to Mayor Williams and to the city of Harrisburg for your partnership and for your perseverance in ways large and small as you take intentional actions to make investments in places like this here at Reservoir Park, which provides tens of thousands of visitors each year with an enjoyable and a safe outdoor experience. And we know that we not only improve our health when we spend time outside, but we bring people together. We bring families and friends together. And that provides so much enjoyment for the people in the city and in the area. And I want to say right up front that we at DCNR really value our relationship with the city of Harrisburg. Our Secretary, Cindy Adams-Dunn, had to be in Pittsburgh today, but she really regretted the missing this opportunity to be with Mayor Williams. During the appropriations hearing this year, she talked about Mayor Williams. She did a little shout out to the city and talked about this space specifically. We made a recent investment here in Reservoir Park with the loop trail, with the playground, and with our programs, the Community Conservation Partnership Program, which provides over $70 million a year to the parks all across Pennsylvania. These are the local parks. There's more than 6,000 of them, and we work with partners like the City of Harrisburg to make investments in these spaces that families and friends come together and enjoy. Because that not only helps, like I said, public health, but it really helps the economy, and it provides a huge return on investment to the local area. So we're proud to partner with Mayor Williams, with the city, and with Danielle Lewis, who you'll be hearing from in a minute, who's doing really incredible work in sustainability. It's not easy work, but it's really important work. And that's part of our mission at DCNR. Part of our mission is to ensure we protect the natural resources, that we provide meaningful outdoor experiences at these local parks. But you know us also because we have 124 state parks in Pennsylvania and over 2 million acres of state forest land. And those places, particularly on Earth Day, are filled with people enjoying them and cleaning them up and spending time outdoors. So let's be very clear on Earth Day as we think about that. With all these trees and the natural habitat, our parks and our green spaces are critically important for the environment. One of the things that we're going to talk about today, and you're going to hear from Zach in a minute about, is the Lights Out program. And we will be inviting everyone to partner with us this year as part of Lights Out Spring 2024. And Lights Out is a national effort to make sure folks turn off their upward facing and outside facing lights between the hours of 12 midnight and 6 a.m. because birds are migrating, and we want to reduce bird strikes on buildings. Birds, as Zach will talk about, are taken off course because of artificial light. And that impacts them as they migrate up and down these flyways, particularly along these ridges. And Harrisburg is lucky to be so close to these ridges, but that has a real impact. And we in state government are doing our part as well. And I want to thank the Department of General Services, who's a key partner in this effort. They are turning off the Capitol Dome every night from 12 midnight to 6 a.m. So if you notice the Capitol Dome is off, that's why. They're part of Lights Out, and they're doing it also in those tall state government buildings that we see downtown. I want to be clear about one thing regarding public safety. We're not asking for street lights to be turned off or any lights that help keep our neighborhoods safe. That's not what this is about. We're talking about lights that are higher up in buildings, that are lights that face upward, that face towards the sky, that are on upper floors of tall structures like office buildings downtown and hotels. It's those lights that are disorienting for those migratory birds. And our friends from Audubon will share more specifics with you, but I want to thank them. I want to thank the statewide and the National Audubon Society, who is our partner in this effort. In particular, I want to thank Lee Altadona, who could not be with us today, but Lee got us started on this about 3 years ago and was critical in bringing Lights Out to Philadelphia, one of the largest in the country, one of the largest partnerships, and Lee helped bring it there, and he said, let's do it in Harrisburg. And thankfully, we got some great partners to come together, including Harristown. I want to thank them for being here, and the Downtown Improvement District, who jumped on board right away, and we couldn't have done it without them. So, and you know, it's interesting too, I should say, our Secretary Cindy Adams-Dunn once led Audubon Pennsylvania, and she and many staff at DCNR are birders. They spend their time outside watching birds. It's part of their hobby. And I should also say we also work at the Rachel Carson State Office Building, named after a pioneering Pennsylvanian who did so many important things, but is forever linked with writing Silent Spring, the book that brought national awareness to the suffering of bird populations because of DDT poisoning. So we know at Rachel Carson Building, we have to do our part. We don't want to be part of anything that would harm the bird population. On this Earth Day, I think it's really about us having a personal relationship with the world around us. It's about each of us taking individual action to protect our planet for future generations. And I would say, as we do every time, we can remind folks that Pennsylvania is really fortunate to have an environmental rights amendment enshrined in our Constitution, giving everyone the right to clean air, to pure water, and access to our natural resources, not just for today, but for generations yet to come. That's really important, generations yet to come. We at DCNR spend a lot of time thinking about the next generation. And we take intentional action to make sure that younger folks, the rising generation, has a chance to engage in this work with us and to understand how critically important our environment and our world around us is. Just last year, Mayor Williams joined our Pennsylvania Outdoor Corps here at this park and did work with them. And these are young folks who we engage with us, working in our parks, working in our forests, and working in local parks here. Thanks to Mayor Williams for joining us with the Outdoor Corps. Thanks to Representative Dave Madsen, who joined the Outdoor Corps last year at Pine Grove Furnace State Park. Spent the day with those young kids, helping them understand the kind of work that he does in the General Assembly, right down the hill every day, protecting workers' rights and people's rights and the environment. It's a key part of what Dave does. So I want to express our appreciation to you too, Representative Madsen, for everything you do. So let's all do our part on this Earth Day. Let's continue to invest in these special places. Let's turn the lights out to keep migratory birds on course, and let's protect our planet for future generations, and let's take care of each other. Now it's my pleasure to introduce someone who's doing a fabulous job here in the City of Harrisburg Sustainability Director, Danielle Lewis. Thanks.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Earth Day. So I would like to echo some of the key points that DCNR has just spoke on. The city has taken a great initiative with collaborating with the city school district and with other organizations throughout the city to really focus in on our youth. Because we believe that giving the youth the right tools in order to foster environmental stewardship will lead into their futures. I have been working and have had the pleasure to work with our 5th grade class over at Melrose Elementary. They have been a fantastic group of students, and we have worked on many different initiatives together in the environmental space. The birdhouses you see here today were actually part of a grant that we were given by the Bluebird Society of Pennsylvania. And the children at Melrose Elementary actually were the ones who put them together with help from our park rangers from the City of Harrisburg. We have also spoke with that class about job opportunities for whenever they get older. So maybe someday they can become the ornithologists, geologists, and sustainability coordinators at various cities throughout Pennsylvania. So our wish is to bring more programming like this to our youth. One of the ways that we are going to continue this after the end of the school year is with our summer programming, which will start June 10th this year. If you would like to sign up your children in the City of Harrisburg, you can go onto our website and do so. We are planning on having lots of activities, everything from field trips to swimming days, to having environmental awareness programming around birds and native Pennsylvania animals. So it'll be a fantastic time for all the kids that come out to the parks and rec this summer. We also would like to highlight some family activities and community activities that anybody who is a resident of Harrisburg can come out to. We are partnering with the Audubon Society of Pennsylvania here in Reservoir Park, Wilson Park, and down on City Island this summer and spring, giving bird walks. You can see this on our Facebook page and also our website if you would like to come and join us. What we do is we come out to our beautiful parks and recs, and we walk through the parks and we see things such as birds. We talk about native plants and trees. So it's a really great time, and we encourage people to come out and join us. The bigger the group, the better it is. We also are looking to move forward with our sustainability goals. Right now, Harrisburg is a level silver sustainable city. We are hoping to move forward and make our city a gold city in sustainability. And all of these programs and everything that we're doing with all of our partners are working towards that goal. So we just want to thank everyone that has partnered with us, the citizens and students that have been a part of our programs. Thank you so much for joining us, and we are looking forward to what the future holds. It is my great pleasure to introduce Zach, the president of the Audubon Society of Appalachia.
Thank you for the introduction, Danielle. So first of all, thank you everybody for coming out today. It's a beautiful day. Happy Earth Day. So why birds? We've been focusing a lot in the city of Harrisburg on birds, but why are they so important? Well, they're a valuable part of everyday life. They provide natural pest control services benefiting personal health and agriculture. They serve as an indicator species in a rapidly changing environment, support ecosystems through seed dispersal, pollination, insect management, and provide a significant economic impact through recreation. In addition, many individuals benefit from the wellness aspects associated with bird watching. Each year, up to 1 billion birds die with colliding with glass. After habitat destruction and domestic cats, bird window collisions are the greatest human cause of bird mortality worldwide. The most shocking mass bird kills, often in the thousands per event, occur predominantly during spring and fall migration when the majority of our breeding bird populations take wing and enter our region. Most fly at night to avoid predation and conserve energy or use stars to navigate. Bright lights from buildings, especially in urban centers, disorient these birds who may have already flown several hundred miles over the night. Through this disorientation, birds tend to circle around the lighted buildings, collide with glass, or land from exhaustion, putting them at risk. Turning off unnecessary lights during these migratory periods is the easiest way to help save these birds and provide safe passage during their long journey. Harrisburg is celebrating its 3rd year as part of the Lights Out initiative. Philadelphia and Pittsburgh are other participating cities in Pennsylvania. So during the periods of April 1st through May 31st and August 15th through November 15th, from midnight to 6 a.m., we ask businesses and building owners, including residents, to turn off unnecessary lights in the city of Harrisburg and throughout the greater Harrisburg area. This does not include downshielded lighting necessary for public safety. In addition to saving on your electric bill, your participation helps protect migratory birds. Please visit AppalachianAudubon.org to register. It's free. It gets you involved in an important sustainability goal. And I'd like to thank everybody who's been collaborative in this effort. Department of Conservation Natural Resources, Department of General Services, the PA Game Commission, Harrisburg Downtown Improvement District, Appalachian Audubon Society, National Audubon Society, and Wyncote Audubon Society and West Shore Wildlife Center. So thank you everybody who's been involved in this initiative. I'm going to turn it over to Representative Mattson.
Well, good morning. I'm going to be very brief. I actually had the privilege, I live just down the way here on Chestnut Street, so I actually walked here from my house, and as I was walking and kind of thinking what I wanted to talk about, I just have a deep appreciation for the Parks and Rec staff, the entire city staff. They keep these spaces beautiful, and every time I walk my dog every morning through this park, it just makes me appreciate the nature. We're living in a moment where they're saying loneliness is becoming an epidemic. We're also seeing where mental health is becoming a larger concern, and green spaces provide space to make connection. You can meet folks. I've met a lot of people that I now consider friends from just walking around and engaging them in the parks with my dog and their dog, or just simply just talking about or observing something that's beautiful here. So one thing I think that our community has done and our elected officials is really maintain these spaces for future generations, and it was great to inherit it as well. So I just take a deep appreciation on Earth Day for our great parks, and just want to keep maintaining them. And I will say this to the community, one thing that does frustrate me a little bit is this is a park, it's not a highway. I know a lot of people like to use it sometimes as a shortcut to get wherever they're going, and please keep your trash put it in the trash can, or keep your trash in your car. If you purchase something from McDonald's, in your car, so you find a receptacle to place it in, please do not throw it outside the window in our beautiful green spaces. So, concluding on that, thank you so much. Happy Earth Day.